I forgot to record everything. So I'm gonna start it up here.
There we go.
It's okay. At least we'll get this crypto section. The
Yes,
other
yes. I mean, we get
one,
the stuff for next week, like we'll see when the market opens back up anyways.
we'll
I
see.
try
Yeah,
to I try to stay off most weeks. Most weeks. I've learned that if I take a day or 2 days to like not look at charts at all, I'm better during the week. I notice if I like so there's some weeks like this week I'm really feeling it. I'm just like, yeah, it's Saturday, like let's see what happened. It was an interesting week. But I also think it's really important to like let your brain kind of process the information and come back to it fresh. Otherwise, you get a little too like sucked into the candles, you know?
it's true, man. I've been taking a break since Wednesday. Haven't looked at the charts at all, and I do feel more fresh with it. So I resonate with that. I resonate. And usually, like on the weekend, yeah, it's definitely more fun to look at crypto because there's more movement happening.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Um,
All
But
right.
yeah, I noticed what you're saying about XRP because like when as for a while Solana, XRP, Bitcoin um were moving together, and now I'm seeing like whereas how do I say this, like an XRP right here, I did notice like there's this slightly higher high right here happening, like the bodies
Yeah.
did close above, but we do have some strong wicks down. But I just feel like just the fact that it made that move happen shows that it's trying to find its own independence in its movement in the market, which I feel like eventually a lot of these longer term blockchain projects are gonna have their unique charts. They're not going to be as uniform following one another. Everything right now has been following Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I'm starting to see like right here with XRP, it's looking like it's finding a little independence. Um, but
Mhm.
on this daily, I am I am curious if we're gonna move back down to 35, 36, maybe 40 level just because of these strong wicks. And then we got this candle here. It is engulfing this one now. And it's gonna close in 3 hours. So um I have a wallet, just like you said, you have some amount you just don't touch. And that's how I have with this one wallet. I just have one where if anything, I'm gonna add to it, but I don't like to
Yeah.
convert it back into USD and worry about all that because that one's just more long term. But yeah, for some trades and stuff, like if we're scalping on Bitcoin and stuff and just doing like some entry exit type of stuff, I would probably like close my trade here and then wait for a re-entry a little lower.
Hmm.
Uh, but honestly, man, I mean, I can't really I can't really trust the way the market works here because sometimes the wicks could be
Oh
misleading
yeah.
on Bitcoin. Oh, let's see. You said Umala, since you made that recommendation and signal to take time with demo account and go right to a funded account. I've been thinking that maybe it's a good idea for me to do that and use money I would have started my own money trading account to invest into crypto. Yeah. Yeah, because like yes, I believe that like crypto's a really good savings account because in a regular savings account our money's going down in value. Right now in crypto, looking at a long-term picture is super good entry anywhere we get into. Right now like 59 cents or 50 cents for XRP or 37 cents is gonna seem like insignificant difference compared to the all-time highs it's gonna create. Same goes with Solana, same goes with Bitcoin. Like whether you got in at 16K or 28K, I mean it does make a huge difference, but considering the longer term picture, you anyone would be happy to get in this area. So I think this area that we're in right now is a for long-term investment is a good time to buy. Um, but I wouldn't say like buy it right now. Maybe watch the charts too and see the price action to see if you can buy maybe a little lower if it happens. But if you already have, I think you said you already have some investments. Um, keep holding those, but see, wait until a little more confirmation to add that because you could get a little bit of a better deal if you wait maybe to like buy again at if crypto dips a little bit. It's looking like it wants to um is looking from these wicks. It kind of looks like it wants to go down a little bit, but engulfing candle here. This one looks like it's still going up a bit. So um yeah, I'm not sure if you're just looking to put your money in and not touch it for a while, then maybe buy a little bit now, a little bit later. Yeah. Um and then I would say also is like have you tried to do a funded account challenge? Because I think that's a really good transition from I think that's a really good transition from a demo account to do a funded account challenge because it's let me show you. It is low risk and there's a possibility of you trading on like a 10K account and you get 75% of whatever profits you make from there. For like if you pass the challenge, they give you back your $80 deposit fee and they give you a funded account. So and then they do payout. I think the first payout is in 1 month time. And then every other payout is going to be, I think, every 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. So this is my Forex funds. This is a really good one to go to. You go to programs and then you click on evaluation. I want to show you this because yeah, do a demo for a month for a month or maybe 2 months with 10K and get used to doing your finding your risk. I would start at something less than 1%, maybe like a tenth of a percent, 0.1%. And then yeah, for your risk, and then just stay consistent with it because all you have to do is try see if you can bring your 10K demo account, see if you could bring it to $800. If you could bring it to $800, then you can do it on this account and then get funded. So this is how it works. These are the different plans. There's a 5K account, 10K account, 20, 50, 100, and 200K, up to 300K. These are the registration fees, which is refundable, considering you don't break any of the trading rules. If you break any of the trading rules, they take back your deposit fees. So that's why it's better than a demo account for learning risk management because it gives you a consequence. And trust me, this can add up. Um, so yeah, I would recommend doing the 10K challenge. Like you can do the 5K if you want, but I think 10K is a good amount it's a good risk, $84 risk. So then your daily drawdown is going to be $500 on that 10K account. That means that you cannot lose $500 in one day in 24-hour period. If you lose that, they're gonna send you an email and they'll say that breached your you breached your trading rules. And they're gonna take away your $84, not refundable on that point. All right. But that's just daily drawdown. So let's say you get down, like you're having a bad trading day, you get down to $400 drawdown. If you just pause for 24 hours, they'll give you another chance to have another $500. So I think the maximum drawdown is 12%. So that means $1,200 you cannot lose on that 10K account. But daily is gonna be 500. That makes sense. So Um, so like yeah, get down $400, just take a break, walk away, step back, and then try to make that money back again. Um, if you get it back to break even, you're all good. Every day it resets, which is another tricky thing that you should know is not that your account, let's say you're up like $300 on this account, and it's been 24 hours since you started your trade on that day, then it's gonna change again to $500 daily drawdown. So that means if you're up, 1300 sorry 10,300, that means you can only go down 500 from there. That means if you go down to, was it 9,800, then they're going to close the account. So it's a little tricky in that sense. You just have to take it day by day where your $500 is your max loss. All right.
That
And
makes sense.
that makes sense, right?
Yeah. Thank you.
And then what is it? The last thing is that your goal is $800. So you make $800, and then you move on to phase two, you make $500, and then phase three, you get this right here. You get the funded account. So yeah, try it out. Try it out if your demo account. Uh, I wish I would have known about this sooner because like
Right.
uh and I lost like I lost a few grand trying out live accounts when I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready.
I gotta tell this. I gotta share this story real quick if you don't mind. Like,
Oh yeah, bro.
so
Go for it.
yeah, I started with so I started funded accounts this year, and I for so long just because I never really had money to trade, so I'd always be throwing like 500 bucks in an account, and that was like all I could afford. So I for so long thought that in order to like make a living off of this, I was gonna have to flip that $500 account until it was like 20 grand, and then in order to like make profit off of it. And then so I got really good at like doing that. I got good at like risking super hot on like small balances. And then with the funded account, because now it's like I have a 50K account now, and
Mm,
it's literally like the same thing I was doing before but minus a zero on the percentage. So it's kind of crazy because like Amalo was saying with like practicing it beforehand. So the company that I'm doing it with, the funded trader, very pretty much similar plans as this, but they're doing like a challenge right now for a 100K account. It's free to register for it. But it was just making me realize I was like,
really?
these are like working assets for Forex traders. And it's kind of crazy because if you're to think like, okay, I could spend 300 bucks and get this 50K account, or I could put 300 bucks in an account with like 500 leverage and try to flip it. Which one's going to make me more profit in the long run? It's almost smarter to like, if once you get good at the process of like, okay, I can take 8% comfortably, I can take 5% comfortably, having multiple of these, like you'd have several of them. And then it's like, if you ever blew one, because really think about it, this is something I want to talk about. Because if you go to Royal Challenge, so if
Mm-hmm.
you go to Royal Challenge 50K, just click on the 50K there, because
Mm-hmm.
I want to show you how this. I want to show you how I'm thinking about this because I think it's fascinating. So you have a 50K account, right? But it's not actually a 50K account. You actually have a $5,000 account because that's your maximum loss, right? But the thing is, the difference between having this account versus I only have $5,000 is you don't lose any margin. So in other words, like if you had $5,000 and you lost 3 grand, you couldn't trade the same lot size. You'd have less margin to
Mm-hmm.
trade. Whereas with this, you can lose 5 grand, but if you lost $4,000, you'd still be able to take the same trade size. Meaning that it's really difficult to flip an account because if you lose too much, you have to make your lot size smaller. So that means it takes
Mm-hmm.
longer to actually flip it and actually get those balances higher. But whereas your only goal here is to like take profit off of the top of it. That means like the way I'm risking it, I haven't actually gone below the daily drawdown. I broke it by like 50 bucks, but not in the course of a day, but I never made it below that level. And the reason is because I'm thinking of this account like it's $5,000, not like it's
Mm-hmm.
$50,000. I'm thinking of it like I don't want to lose more than a grand, more than 1,500. So I'm trading to make sure that like that is my spot right there. And when I do that, I'm a lot more relaxed about it because if you're thinking lot sizes on this and like how many pips you could trade, when you come from an idea of like if you were to flip a small account, you'd have to be really on point. You'd have to be leveraging really hard, right? That would be the maximum, right? But you want to find a point where you can draw back. You're focused on not losing the account, but also knowing that you can make solid gains off of this. Because I'll put it this way, this is not the way they have these set up, because I've researched a lot of companies. My Forex funds and the funded trader, these are like they're the same basically. They have very similar numbers that they're looking for. But it's meant to be like doable. You should be able to make 8%, 10% in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks on your account. That means you're doing it well, you're leveraging it properly. We think a lot about leverage in terms of like how much I can lose, right? But we also got to think about, especially in these funded accounts, when we have a time frame to pass the challenges, we got to think about, okay, if I'm trading X lot size, how many pips do I need in order to take that profit? Then if I think about that, okay, how many pips do I usually get in a week? What's it possible for me to get in a day, in 2 days, and something like that? And then if you got to add that number up, because if you're not trading big enough, you actually make it harder for yourself, because then you're going to be stressed out about, I got to hit this target during the time frame. For me, again, this was my mentality with it, especially with the challenges. Phase one, I was like, pass it as fast as possible. Find a really good setup and get phase one done. Because think about it, phase one, your risk is $300 on this account, right? So that means if I lose this trade, that's a $300 loss. I lost a $300 trade if I blow the account in phase one. So that was a very small risk for me. So I was like, if I pass phase one, now my risk is $300 plus phase one. Now my risk is higher. So now I'm going to size down slightly. And especially we have a smaller profit target. But once you have the account, it's literally just like chill out and maintain it. But you want to have a big enough funded account that you can actually make like a decent amount of profit off of not trading super big lot sizes. Like I'm comfortable trading like 1 to 4 contracts on a account like this, and knowing how I risk and knowing how I'll take losses and knowing how I'll take profits. That's something that I know that if I do that over a period of time, I should never break those levels. So it's more about like, you want to find that. This is what I think, these are so cool, man. Like it's literally a challenge for you. A lot of people, I think, look at it like, okay, I can't fail. But no, it's like, push your limits, like see what you're able to do. And then if you succeed, when you succeed, then it's like, cool, now I have this. And then, but the thing is, once you show yourself you can succeed, then it's like, what's stopping you from getting a second one, a third one, getting a bigger account? Because if you have several of them, then it's like, imagine, okay, I'm up 4% on this account. I'm going to leave it and wait 2 weeks for me to take profit. And now I'm going to trade this other account that I have here, and say the same thing. If one of them's in drawdown and you're like, oh, I'm getting too hot on this, I'm revenge trading. Okay, I have this other account to trade. So in that way, it's actually cheaper to have like several of these than it would be to actually fund your own accounts over a period of time. But it'd be like, you take these, use them to bring that money into your crypto investments or into your actual live funded account. But ultimately, like, to cap off this point, it's like, you want to trade this without fear. You understand, like, you're only risking what you spent on it. And imagine that in a day's loss. Like, you're for the $10,000 account, that was like $80 to do that. So it's like, you lost $80 on a $10,000 account in the market. Would you really be that upset about it? That's 1% of your $800. So it's like, that's all you're risking. And I think that's phenomenal, because it's such a different game when it's like, I have $500 and I got to flip this, and if it's gone, it's gone, and I have to go get more. So I have to go find more money for that. It's like, they're a blessing, man.
It's a really awesome tool, and I like the idea of opening up multiple accounts, because then I remember Cosmic Warrior, he had his thing set up that if he made a trade on one, it would automatically make a trade to his other funded accounts. I think he had like 3 of them. And that's cool, because like, if one of them pays you 75%, then the other one's paying 75%. That's suddenly we're making 150% on the trades, and we can also maybe treat it like it's just one account, and you're just stacking up these percentages. You get another 75%, then it's like, now I'm trading on what is that, one, what is it, what was the math there? 225% then for 3 accounts he's coming to. So it is really cool, and obviously they're making money off of this, because they're like, if they got all these traders profitable, for them it doesn't matter if like one person loses their account, because people are always paying for these these challenges, and they're getting money on other things. So they're smart, you know, people that start these what would you call it, a hedge fund? Um
Prop firm,
a prop
proprietary
firm.
firm. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They're interesting. One more thing I want to mention. So they started a challenge in
Hmm.
April. It's free. The top 100 people get a free funded account. So it's not to say, but there's literally no risk. So I think you go to challenge because it's on here somewhere. If we can't find it, I'll post the
Is it
link.
the night challenge?
Or
No.
maybe competition. So go to
Let me
the
go.
like hamburger thing.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, yeah, and see if competitions are somewhere in there. Because I know it started in April and it's a 100K account, but it's like it's free to register. And this is cool because it actually gives you like access to the dashboard. It'll like show the account and like it gives you your metrics, like your win loss. It gives you like the little wave that shows you how good and bad you're doing. Like so it's kind of cool because even if you don't pass it, it's like you get that experience of like getting to try the funded account and sort of knowing how it works and playing within the rules. Because that's the key, man. It's like and I know Cheney's on here too. It's like the key
Hmm.
for you just got to understand the rules of the account, and then you got to understand like how your profits and how your trades can work within that set of rules. So yeah, but I thought it was cool. Top 100 people they get a funded account of like different sizes. But I'm competitive, even though I feel like I should focus on one account right now. But but still, it's experience.
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna try it out. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes,
Uh,
yes. Like you said, I wish I would have, I researched these in like probably late 21, 22. And I was just like, man, this looks really cool, but I wonder if it's legit, but blah, 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 blah. I wish I would have done it sooner. I really wish I would have jumped into these. It's just like right in your face. It's going to show you exactly how you trade with like a balance that you want to trade. It's going to show you your psychology, like right straight up.
so how many people will get a free funded account from this?
The top 100 in the
Top
competition.
100. Wow.
I researched some of the past competitions just to see like what sort of profit margin that would make. So it lasts April to May. Um, to get into the top 100, you need to do a little over 20% on your account. And that's given like this challenge particularly is geared a bit more towards Forex. They have a lot size limitation that is not favoring towards gold or indices. So you have a lot size limitation of 5 contracts. And that's actually like really small for a 100K account. That's like
Hmm.
half of like what I'd call like a full part. How do I put it? If you had 100K, like 10 would be like your 1% if you were trading like really small. So you have a maximum contract size of 5. Everyone does. And a maximum contract size of 1 on indices. So it's like if you can, it's Forex based. I'll put it that way. This
Hmm.
competition particularly, they're not all like that. But
Wow,
let me
that's
see.
cool.
If you have so like I said, if you can get 20% in a month, and really just think about that, because like I said, you have nothing to lose here. So it's like if you just
Yeah.
literally went all out, like how could I profit? How could I, if I could turn it to like, how could I make this account the most profit that I could in a period of time, but still keep that within like a mentality of good trading, right? It's about challenging that idea. At least that's what I like about these, because it's like, again, what are you actually risking with something free like this? It's a demo
Hmm.
account to see what you can really do.
That's fun. Yeah, I'm gonna try it out. Maybe you try it out too, Cheney. Um, you know, well, this is interesting here that it says if you meet the terms depending on the account type, we will increase your balance up to 25%. You'll also be updated to 90% payout splits. And I like that they
Mhm.
start at 80%. My Forex funds was only starting at 75%. And I think you cap out at 85% if I'm not mistaken.
This was my favorite of the ones that I researched, the funded trader. And I looked at a
Yeah.
lot of them. And there were a lot of ones offering different things, but I don't know why. This one I was just like, you get the best kind of bang for your buck as far as, especially depending on their different account options. Like, dude, the Royal Challenge is like, there's not a whole lot that, yeah, it even has that right there. The
How
Royal Challenge honestly has like a huge a huge window of opportunity. It takes longer because it's a two-phase evaluation. But and that one goes up to 400K. So I'm just like, all right,
Wow.
like there's huge opportunity there, and that costs 2 grand. So say like you have a 50K account and you made 20K off of it over 5 months, and you take 2 grand and now you put it towards this. You just keep or something, maybe a next step up, right? But you
Yeah.
think about that. If you're trading your 50K account perfectly and you're doing another Royal Challenge, then all this is you do the same exact thing, but you multiply the lot size by 8.
Hmm.
So it's the same exact thing. It's just those percentages. And I know that those numbers might I like to practice with huge accounts like that just so I can like get the numbers in my head. Cause that I feel like that's what a lot of it is. Like you got to level up your psychology as to like what you think is like, oh, that's a huge profit. Like that's a big number. Cause I think in a lot of ways I was really capped myself for a little while. Like I was very much in like oh, that's a huge profit. Like that's a big this, that's a big loss. And when you start to kind of play with the ideas of like, man, what if I could trade a 50K account? What if I could trade a 300K account? And it's just like, and you start to step into that idea. It's right there for us. Like all I'm saying, because I'll stop rambling about this now, but this is an
Mhm.
insane opportunity.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. I'm gonna do that, to be honest. I'm gonna try out the 100K account, and I'm gonna try out just their basic challenge. Is this only the Royal Challenge you do, or do you do the Royal Challenge? You could do only up to 50K, right? They don't have a 10K account one, right?
No,
Oh, yeah, right here,
yeah,
standard challenge, and it's 139. Oh, okay, okay. But it's still, I
yeah.
mean, I think the price right here is more worth it just to do a Royal Challenge.
Mhm.
50K, yeah. It's like, yeah, bro. This sounds like a good platform. I like the way that they're built too. It's like I like the artwork.
Yeah, right. It's just fun. Like the dashboard looks really good too.
And what do you trade? What app do you use to execute trades on there? Can you use MetaTrader 5?
Yeah, yeah. So I have MT5 and you go through their broker, which is 8 cap. And
Okay.
it was really simple, man. Like they sent me the logins through my email, and I literally just went to MT5, typed it in, and it boom on. So they gave you as you know, but they give you a different account for your first phase, your second phase, and then you're funded. So the
Hmm.
three of them all happen. Once you do the second one, they're gonna ask you for like identity verification and that sort of thing. And then
Yeah.
beyond that, once that's all taken care of, you sign the documents and things, you have the funded account. And then from there, like you said, it's 30 days until you can request your first withdrawal. And then beyond that, every 2 weeks, you can. And that's just with the Royal account. This, like the rapid one in here, that one, I think it's like 7 days until your first withdrawal. So if you can just like, slay a challenge in like a week or two, that one would pay for it. So yeah, the rapid challenge happens really fast. The night challenge, I don't know if the night challenge is still on here. That is the fastest
Um,
payout I think they offer, but it's also I think the hardest of
Night
all of them.
challenge. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the most difficult. It's tighter risk. Like the benefit is
Oh,
there's no time limit on it. So if you wanted to just take this and trade small, like you'd
wow,
never,
unlimited
yeah,
phase one target. Okay.
so that's a cool benefit. But if you look like the max daily loss is 3% instead of 5%, and the max total
Oh,
loss is 6% instead of 10%. So it's
oh,
like
I
you have the
see.
benefit of like if you were gonna trade this like really small, and just like have contracts that you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna let this run 200 pips. This would be the kind of account for that. But
Hmm.
just different options. I personally think if you're gonna like day trade, the Royal is gonna be like the best bang for your buck. You're gonna get the most out of it. It's got the least restrictions, especially regarding news. So
Hmm. So this only has one phase then.
yeah,
Interesting. And it pays you out the same
7 days.
percentage, 80%, then 90%.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I like that it doesn't give you like a time frame, but still like 30 days is still pretty doable, I believe, to make 8%. This
Oh,
is
no
10%,
doubt.
of course, I know, but yeah, thanks for introducing this to the community. Oh,
Oh,
I'm
of
gonna have to
course.
see what's going on. I have have the pro version of Zoom, but I think since we recently we're transitioning to this other platform. I keep forgetting to use it when I go live.
Oh, I
What's it
forgot
called?
about that one. Audis, Audis something. I don't remember. I see the picture. Word.
I think he was going live on it here. No, I see Zoom still. Okay, okay. This one, there we go. Around. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna try that one out next time. I'm gonna try it out next time.
Yeah.
Try something new. Cool, bro. Well, this is awesome. I'm gonna definitely check this out. What's this? Your performance will be evaluated every month, and if eligible, you can scale up to 1,500,000 in account balance.
Yeah, so
Damn,
apparently if you exceed like certain profit levels within certain periods of time, like as you have the funded account, they will size up your account and or give you a higher profit split. So they kind of want to reward you for doing well.
that's awesome. And then every day there's a daily that your daily drawdown is still 5% once you're funded.
Yeah, yeah. So what you trade on the what you trade on the evaluations is the same exact thing on the funded. The only difference is on the spot where it says like profit target, it'll say profit share. So, but
Profit
it's the
share.
same daily. You have 20. So with the 50K account, like this is the night challenge. So it's a bit
Oh,
different.
yeah.
The Royal Challenge has a 8% or a 5% daily drawdown. Yeah, yeah. So that happened. So like Amala said earlier, every 24 hours, there's a timer on it online. Every 20, and it literally says mine starts at like 5 p.m. because that was my first trade because I trade at 5 p.m. But once that starts, it'll just have a 24-hour counter. And within that 24-hour period of time, it'll say drawdown within that period of time. And then once it gets to the end of that, it'll reset it. So then it's like the total amount you can draw down the account overall over a period of time is that 10%, is that $5,000. But on a daily basis, within a 24-hour period, you cannot exceed $2,500 in losses. So, like I said, you just want to find the lot size where it's like if you completely messed up that day, you'd only lose 1,500. So this way, it's just like you don't have an issue with it. But that's the only thing you got to think about. And the reason that they do that, have those restrictions there, is so people can't gamble essentially with their
Mm-hmm.
accounts. Because if you were to say you made 2,500 in profit, cool. Well, now I can make my lot size big enough so I could take what I would have taken before plus the 2,500. But they won't allow
Right,
you to
right.
do that. Because okay, now I'm risking $3,500 to make this bigger trade to bet off of it, but they won't let you do that. So
Mm.
it's actually a really cool sort of teacher in a way to make sure you're always keeping your risk profile the same. It means it resets you
Yeah.
every single day.
Yeah, it keeps us like on the tracks, it's like a railroad track.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it has its boundaries, but those are good to keep us moving forward.
most definitely, most definitely.
That's cool. Well, thank you guys for sharing. And I want to ask,
Hmm.
so like they have you do like an evaluation. So is that like where you just kind of go through the challenge like with fake money, I guess? Is that what
Mhm.
that means?
Yeah, yeah. So they're gonna give you like on my MT5, I have phase one challenge, the funded trader, and they gave me the 50K account. And within that account was tied into their dashboard. So their dashboard is going to show me these are your results right now. This is how many trades you've taken, blah, blah, blah. Once you pass that, they'll give you a second account through your MT5, and it'll be the same thing. You'll have another 50K account. It'll say the funded trader phase two, and then it'll be the same thing. It'll be tied to your dashboard. Once you achieve the goal, you get an email from them that says, congratulations, you've achieved the goal. Here's the logins for your next account. Once you get to phase three or the funded account, then it's just you actually have to answer your question, they are demo accounts. You're not trading real money with these. So the first two challenges are demo accounts. And the third one, and this is just actually what it says in there, it's still technically a demo account you're trading, but they have some sort of process where if you take a trade and it matches up with their system's algorithm, they'll take your trade. If they don't take your trade, you still get the profit for it, but they have the right to not take the trade you're taking. So you're not actually managing like through any of these prop firms. You're not actually managing real money. You're managing a demo account. Within that demo account, you're eligible to take the profit based off of what you're earning on the demo account. Does that make sense?
That's so interesting.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. So you would go through the two phases like to prove that you're capable of doing it before they like give you the position where you can get payout, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what the payment at the beginning is for. Like this one costs $300. So you got to think of a prop firm. This is how they make money. They have a lot of people coming in and they're buying accounts from them, and they're also taking 10 to 20% of the profits of the traders that are trading. So that's how they make money. But they actually, it's advantageous for them to have people succeed and have people get payouts. That's like kind of like the rule of thumb in broker land for Forex. You get like a red flag if they don't pay people out. So what they do is that's why you buy the account up front. So you're saying, okay, I'm paying $300, and for this $300, if I can prove my skill set with this amount of capital within their realm, then I'm eligible to trade this capital for profit. That's what the whole agreement is.
That's real interesting because I
Gotcha.
didn't know there was like 3 demo accounts. I didn't know that the funded accounts actually demo and they can choose whether they want to take it or not. That makes it
Yeah.
even more advantageous for them, you know.
Oh yeah. Well, and I think too, this is one of the things about it. The psychology is going to be slightly different because you're not trading live capital. So, anyone who's done both knows this. They know that it's like if you trade a demo account and a live account, it just does not have the same grip on you. So, with things like this, I actually think demo accounts are a better way to make profit initially because you don't have that attachment to the real money. Still, like with your Royal account or with your funded account, when you get that, so you do get your first payout, you get the refund for the challenge, right? So then it's like say you make and you were already doing, if you pass, then you can make 4K in a month. So you make 4K in a month, they take 80% of it and you get your profit split back. From there, it's like you made pure profit off of nothing,
No
off of
risk.
literally no account that actually existed there. But that's kind of the essence of it, as opposed to like trading on the live markets and withdrawing from it. You're trading through the firm and the firm is paying you because they'll send the payouts to your bank account, or like they have a lot of different options for like even some for crypto and things like that. But yeah,
Mm.
ultimately it's like you're not actually trading real money. They are managing their own money and they're taking your signals, if you will, if they want to. But even if you profit and they didn't take your signal, it's still your profit. So it's kind of how they run their business. And this is all prop firms. This is not just the funded trader. I just want to throw that out there. Then I don't think there's any prop firms that are actually like, yeah, we're going to let you trade these two accounts and then we're going to give you just full out straight up 50K in cash. Because if it was somebody who like jumped into these accounts and say they just got lucky and literally passed both of them, which it's like it's possible, and then they get to the third account, it's someone that just literally blows the 50K. They don't have nearly enough information on you to say like, because think of like a firm trader, like a legit firm trader. They have to go through all this process and all this and that, and they have to have all this data. You're being offered here. If you trade this account to this profit, you pass. If you trade this account to this profit, you pass. All right, now we're going to pay you every time we do it. It's as simple as that. So that's why they want to keep their risk to a minimum, but likewise give you the opportunity to make money because that's how they make money.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Cool, cool.
My thing's gonna pop off in like less than a minute. It's giving me the warning here, so I
Oh no.
was gonna give you all a heads up. But yeah, I think that this would be good for us to talk more about to help people get into because it's an awesome tool. Yeah, I'm really happy I found this.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
I'm gonna stop the recording there.